So when you look at yourself in the mirror, what do you typically see? You see yourself, right? Okay. So what if someone filmed you all day long, from when you woke up till you got home late at night? What would you see? You would still see yourself. Now, what if I told you to try and compare yourself to somebody else? It would be hard to think of. But what if I said, try and compare yourself to Mr. 1492, the guy that sailed the ocean blue, Mr. Christopher Columbus? Now, I understand this is a far stretch for some of you, but truly and honestly, it's really not. We are truly no different than Columbus and the Spanish that came to the Americas. In Lopez's argument, The Rediscovery of North America, he often uses the word we. When he states we, he is referring to us modern day Americans and the Spanish. For example, he uses the sentence, "We are not treating this land as home." Throughout Lopez's argument, he discusses the concept of la carencia, also known as home in Spanish. He refers to it as a place on the ground where one feels secure, a place which one's strength of character is drawn, and a place where we know exactly who we are. Lopez goes on to talk about why we do not treat this land as home. He states, if we did treat this land as home, events such as the environmental crisis, climate change, acid rain, soil erosion, falling populations of wild animals, and clear cutting would not exist. As you can see, Lopez's argument is heavily based on the environmental crisis, events such as climate change and global warming. Climate change, as we apply in today's time, is an abrupt increase in the Earth's temperature. Many scientists believe that high increases in temperature is caused by human activity. Us humans have increased our consumptions of natural resources, and by doing that, we have released a lot of greenhouse gases into Earth's atmosphere. The releasing of greenhouse gases does occur naturally, but an excess amount is dangerous to the planet. Us humans have increased the amount of non-naturally occurring greenhouse gases because we have increased our demand of burning fossil fuels. Greenhouse gases trap heat radiated by the sun, making our planet hotter. Going back to Lopez's argument, he states, the Spanish sought a narrowly defined wealth. We lost in this manner whole communities of people, plants, and animals because a handful of people wanted gold and silver, title to land, the privileges of aristocracy, slaves, stables of little boys. We lost languages, epistemologies, books, ceremonies, systems of logic, and metaphysics. Based on this, we can understand the Spanish decisions were rooted out of wants rather than needs. They imposed and did not propose. Us, as modern day Americans, talk but do not listen. We want power, wealth, and to be more advanced than other countries, causing us to decrease the lifespan of the planet that we call home. Lopez states, we never said to the people or the animals or the plants or the rivers or the mountains, what do you think of this? The concept and idea of talking to nature in today's society has been associated with the stereotype of the noble Indian. This concept has been considered to be traditional knowledge, outdated, and as Lopez says, ancient. But not until recently was it that people began to realize how these things will affect the environment. More and more people are realizing, yet it seems as if less action is taking place. Over time, beginning with Columbus's arrival in 1492, the world, especially us as modern-day Americans, have become so numb to things that happen on Earth, such as the environmental crisis, that little action is being taken. We must realize that these problems were made, and we must fix them. Lopez suggests that if we mean to make this a true home, we have a monumental adjustment to make. We must turn to each other and sense that this is possible. Now think about this. Do you really want to be compared to the Spanish?
Y'all haters corny with that Illuminati mess. Paparazzi, catch my fly.